Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jan. Thank you all for being here. We are going to make some sloppy joes. If you've never had homemade sloppy joes, I implore you to please try this recipe because they are delicious. You need a half of an onion to start. Y'all, please ignore my fingernails. I know my polish is half up. You want a half of an onion diced. If somebody in your family does not like onion, you can also grate this on a cheese grater and they'll never know because it will disintegrate into your sloppy joes. Quarter cup finely diced bell pepper. Half teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of pepper. 3/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder. Tablespoon of brown sugar. Not packed, just 1 tablespoon. You need half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of yellow mustard, 2/3 of a cup of ketchup, 1/3 cup of water. If you like, you can sprinkle a little red pepper flakes in there. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of butter, which I've already got in the pan over there heating up to brown my ground beef and my onion and my bell pepper. If y'all want to write that down, I'll put it in the description. But if you want to write that down to start, that is all you need. And I'm telling you, these will be the best sloppy joes you've ever had. I hope everyone is doing all right. I know most people are going to grill out today, but I just really want some sloppy joes. And if you ever make these, you'll understand why. Just dice your onion up as small. I mean, you can leave it big if you like big chunks. Okay. That's all I'm going to mince these. Oh, I forgot something. You need a tablespoon of minced garlic, or you can dice up 3 garlic cloves. Very important. Sorry, I forgot that. And you also need a tablespoon of tomato paste. I prefer Hunt's in the can. I've tried to use others when making sloppy joes, and I don't know, I just didn't care for it. So whatever tomato paste you prefer, you need a tablespoon. Okay. We're headed to the stove. Here we go. I'm using ground chuck. You can use ground beef if you want. I use ground chuck in sloppy joes. That way they're not as greasy. So hot. Alright. We're going to let this simmer. Now, this was frozen, so I will probably have a little bit of grease in there. Water, whatever. But I shouldn't have enough to need to strain it. But if you do use ground beef, you're definitely going to want to strain the ground beef before adding the onion and the bell pepper. As soon as I get this all turned over, I'm going to go ahead and add my onion and bell pepper into this. This will feed a lot, and if there's only a couple of you, you can eat on this for several days. You can even freeze it, put it up, and, thaw some out whenever you want it. Alright, let's grab our other stuff. 1/4 cup bell pepper. All right, y'all, here we go. Everything's good and brown. Our onion are translucent. Our bell peppers are soft. Tablespoon of minced garlic. Stir that around. Wish I could smell this. It already smells so delicious. Okay, now we need a tablespoon of tomato paste. Two-thirds cup of ketchup. One-third cup of water. One tablespoon brown sugar. And if you're worried that it might taste sweet, you can leave this out, but it really doesn't. There's just a hint of sweetness to it. Half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. One teaspoon of yellow mustard. Half a teaspoon of salt. Woo! Thankfully I can stop that. Pour it right back in the container. That was almost a big mess up. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Three-quarters of a teaspoon of chili powder. And if you like just a little hint of a kick, a little bit of crushed red pepper. Not much. Not to make it hot. Now then, we're going to stir this all up. We're going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes or so. And y'all, I promise you these will be some of the best sloppy joes you've ever had, if not the best. Alright, I'm going to let this simmer, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, y'all, it's been simmering on low for about right at 15 minutes. Now, I'll let mine simmer a while because I want to get all the water out that's added. I want it to still, you know, have some juice in there, but I just don't want, you know, I don't want it watery. And this is, this tastes so good. I don't even need a bun. I can just sit here with a spoon and eat it. But we're making sloppy joes, so I'll be right back with your sloppy joe. There she is, and I have piled her very high because that's a small bun. And I always mess up and put it upside down. I'm eating all dressed Lays. If you haven't had these and you like you like barbecue, and you like sweet salt and vinegar, you'll like these. All right, come on out. Oops. Okay, that's too much. Okay, I've got a fork so I don't make a mess. Which, I mean, sloppy is in the name, but see the smoke coming off of them? Mm. 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 Please try this recipe. You'll never go back to the canned stuff. I promise you. It takes so little time to throw this together. I mean, and it is delicious. I hope you've all had a happy holiday and enjoyed your last day off until, I guess, until our holidays toward the end of the year. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm ready for it to cool off a bit. And I truly appreciate you all being here. And I will see you very, very soon. Thank you.